funny little debunking lies kind of thing here. Reaction style video. I've tried to fix some issues that were present in the last one. First one, you could barely hear me. I've now tried to fix that by turning down the audio level of desktop more and increasing microphone. So let's get right into it. We are now in the next section, which will appear ancient structures, crystals, and energetic properties. And I will now try to pause it when I have a point to make rather than talking over the video like I am now.
About seeds, I have a hydroglyph for a seed which looks a lot like coffee bean, and one of the rarest materials in the universe. We're not talking about gold or diamonds or any of these things that we value on Earth, but it's wood, which actually are
mother waters and seed waters, the ultimate mother that can heal other water. Okay, so earlier water could heal itself, but now it needs to be healed by the mother waters. Starting to expose some internal contradictions in here. But I guess these people expect the audience to zone out and just soak up the lies.
I don't really like putting all the different waters together, but it might well be that a couple of drops of seed water, and amongst all of those different waters that have been joined together and gone slightly brown, could clear them.
Yeah, I think people are, in terms of their health, and where is the mother in the seed water? How do they connect with it for healing their body? And structured water and hydrogen water and all these things everyone's talking about.
Hydrogen water? Oh, dear me. Now we're getting into some pseudoscientific consumerism here.
It's actually kind of beautiful, really, because when I think about the spiritual water, I think about the spirit. In the Maori language, the word for spirit is wairua. Very rudimentarily said, that kind can be defined as two waters, spiritual and physical.
Okay, so now there's spiritual water too.
Our regular day-to-day field is the physical waters. When we cut, we bleed, we have saliva, we urinate, all these different things. We drink water, we bathe in water. This is all the water we see. But what about the water we don't see? The water we don't see is all around us, in this air right here. Is that water inside of us too? The fact that we breathe out means that there's water in the air. There's a kind of water participation. The water in the air is attracted to electrical charge, and that helps give us a web that allows us to feel energy outside of us and bring that energy.
A web into the intuition. Okay, so you detect electrical fields with your intuition. I think only sharks can do that. No web of rubbish.
Into the intuition, which is also completely water-based within us.
The intuition is not water-based.
We hardly, this human part of us, we have all of this bacteria within us. And the good bacteria, so to speak, is also its own water being. And this intuition in our gut that even can tell us and give us a warning of something that's about to happen.
Okay, hold on. These people are saying that when people have a quote-unquote gut feeling that something bad is going to happen, that's the water beings from the bacteria telling them. How do people fall for this? Oh dear. Oh dear me. This is delusional. This is utter delusion.
I have a sense that something's coming, like I should be aware. It's a mix of this intelligent water within us, mixed with the intelligent water within other intelligent beings within us.
Alright, so let's list the water. There's sacred water, normal water, inner water, secondary water, primary water, spiritual water, and intelligent water. That's 7, and I think there's more that I missed.
It's giving us information based off the fact that water is always in communication with itself.
I don't think so.
When we die, people will say the spirit, the subtle body, the soul leaves the body. Even the atheist will say nothing happens. Nothing happens, but biologically some things happen. What does happen is that the water evaporates, and the salts and minerals and everything go back to the earth. Now, how is it that people have a near-death experience? How is it that people dream?
Here's the answer. Brain. Well, all sorts of explanations have been made up for dreams, death, near-body experience, out-of-body experiences, near-death experiences, all that. But none of them, I can say, have been quite so silly as water causes it. Divine with the consciousness of the water.
I don't actually know. But I know that
such spiritualist jargon.
Always and in all ways. And so conscious spirit will be able to be observed one day, scientifically.
I'm not so sure about that.
And that it's a type of vibrational
vapor. Ether. These people are just using all the pseudoscientific nonsense.
And I think water and ether, people think that ether might not be, it's separate, but actually we've now seen that water can also be like fire. That means now it's within all the different elements, and ether seems always like this one separate little thing. And I can't speak into this too much because I'm still feeling into it all. But there is a connection between hydrogen and ether.
What is ether? Please answer. What is ether? There's the scientific theory of luminescence ether hypothesis that was later proven to be false. And I've heard of ether to be a shorthand for an anesthetic commonly used in the early 1900s.
My thing is that hydrogen is the spirit of water. Plasma is the mind of water. Liquid water is the...
why do just this mysticists in general have to personify everything and make up vaguely scientific sounding rubbish to justify it?
And if hydrogen is the spirit of water, then every time something is evaporated by the sun, it is the creator bringing its children back home.
Evaporation is the creator bringing its children back home. Okay, so now you're bringing God into this.
Because hydrogen means the creator of water. Hydro is water, Genesis the creator. People are always going outside of themselves to find the healing. No healing, no pill, no nothing you do is healing you. Nothing. Because you are healing you. You are responding to the pill. You are responding to the thing you take, the medicine you take, the plant medicine you take. It is you that is responding.
Okay, so you have a very bad bacterial infection. You take antibiotics. The antibiotics kill the bad bacteria, and you have been healed by it. If you're meaning healing as in repairing from cuts and wounds, well, yes, that's correct. Not really for serious sicknesses, and this can be dangerously misinterpreted or extended to think that, oh no, you don't need medicine, you just need to have water magic. So, is this encouraging people to distrust in medicine? I should hope not.
And frozen, and so when you spit, it always forms bubbles, and the bubbles are a very fine layer of this beautiful fourth phase kind of stretchy water. And one of the
stretchy water. Saliva is not completely water. It has all sorts of other chemicals that give it this consistency. So perhaps you could just at least read the Wikipedia article of what the constituent ingredients of saliva are, please, before making something like this again.
Which is one of the reasons that I'll get back to as to how I think the beautiful imagery that I get in my crystallography is working. But when you spit into a dish and you've spoken something, a word, a sentence, what I've quite often seen is little images inside the bubble.
Images on the bubble? How does this happen to people?
Which suggests that if you are drinking water,
confirmation bias?
And you're ignoring the relative
pure hallucination? If you think just drinking water will heal you from a serious disease, seek help, please.
It was very rich, got like all these bottles of incredible water scent, and was just drinking, doing this, trying to do a water fast, doing all the right things, but had no connection to the water or even to the land where it came from.
So now you needed a connection to be healed. This story just keeps jumping around so much.
And then on the other extreme, I know a person who only afforded filtered tap water. That's all she had. She had a very serious vaccine injury to the point where her
vaccine injury. So are these people science-denying anti-vaxxers too? If they are, my, that's like a quadruple package of idiocy now.
Immune disease that they said that she had, but she didn't have before, had it made so she couldn't even walk. So she could move her arms and things like that. She was doing all these things. So what was interesting is that she had a very direct relationship with water, but she also learned how to do my crystallographic method. One of the very interesting things, and I'm talking about her healing. So just actually another example might be better, and I'll get back to her. I have another example of someone that did the exact same thing as that person, but was using only tap water. That's the filtered tap water. That's what she had. And yet she welcomed that water into her body.
Okay, so right now they're just justifying placebo effect. Oh, it didn't work? That's because you didn't believe enough. And yes, that justifies the southern preacher voice.
But the spring water improves. Spring water improves because water is designed, its natural tendency is to improve things. So by having purpose, it even expanded its structures even more.
Molecules don't have purpose.
We are so lucky to be able to have some of that water. Drink the water that you have in your glass, whatever that is, because it's found you. Water goes through the clouds, the trees, the birds, the bees, the earth, our ancestors. That water has found you. There is a reason for that.
So you're saying that water edits things to get it so that will find you? That, I don't know what to say. That's so ridiculous.
That it's got right in front of you. I think that when we consider the water that finds us to be sacred, to think of water not as a resource but as a relative, we are the power of healing we've been looking for. My personal preference, if I'm able to have
is this like a self-healing cult of some kind?
I know where my water comes from. I know that it's a blessed area. I know what the trees look like that grow on top of it. I've touched the earth where it comes up from. I have a connection to that water. There is something powerful about finding a spring close to you. The plasma water within the cactus is so
the plasma water in the cactus.
It starts to change structure fairly promptly. Especially if it's exposed to light, because it's come from the womb, it's been in the infrared lights, this situation under the ground.
So only infrared exists underground. So, in the darkened tunnels where only water flows, I don't think there's enough warm-blooded life in there to make any infrared at all. So I think there would be very, very little electromagnetic radiation at all deep underground.
And so when it comes out, and then it's suddenly in this kind of like shock, it's like imagine coming out of your mother and then having like a floodlight at you. how intense that can be.
Water molecules are not babies. Please.
Yes. Oh my god, it's like remembering like little babies, it's so hard on them. So this is like water that's coming up and then it's just thrown into a clear bottle, and they don't care if it's sitting outside waiting to go into the Whole Foods or wherever. I've seen lots of water baking in the sun outside because they haven't brought it in yet. So
They do have a little bit of a point. Plastic bottled water, when exposed to the sun, the plastic breaks down and the plastic goes in the water, and that is bad. But they're falsely equating it to the water's internal properties rather than the plastic that it is commonly housed in.
So what we see is that water that's held in a coloured glass has the structures stay longer. More. And what is the structure I talk about? I'll get into the colours. Colours impact water just like they impact us. So green is a very...
Colors impact water. Okay, so since Mountain Dew is in a green container, it's a good color, so it's more healthy to drink Mountain Dew than it is to drink water out of a bad colored glass.
Water in a green glass bottle.
Sure, that's great health advice.
Drink that. But then you have the brown. Very rarely do you ever have water in those amber brown bottles. You don't see that. You see that for beer. You see that for alcohol, but you don't see it for water.
Because it makes it look unappealing.
Is a much gentler colour than water in a red glass bottle. Now there are variations of the colours too.
Oh, red's a big scary color, isn't it?
Changes its structure. But my favourite, there's two favourites that I have for the container of water. So even if you can just get your filtered tap water, if that's what you've got, that's what you've got. I would say one of the best things that you can do is vortex it the best you can.
Vortex. Magic words. Ooh.
Stirring the other and do that for as long as you can, or you buy or invest in some kind of vortexing unit or some
Vortexing unit, yep. Transitioning into a little sales pitch.
And there's lots of choices, but the colour is right, the blue is right. And then you can make something called blue solar water. And blue solar water...
Blue solar water. Blue solar water. Magic words.
They were able to then use that blue glass for various different things around alchemy. So
alchemy. Alchemy has been shown not to work. The sun did not create water. In fact, the sun is gobbling up the hydrogen, which is one of the things you need to make water.
And so many things have been happening because to their body because of holding on, fight or flight. I've been in fight or flight too. So she said, what's the best type of water I should be giving her? She was also, this person was also...
I'm scared if registered doctors are contacting this woman for advice.
She said, what should I do? I said, the first thing you should do is make blue solar water and give it to her. And from a doctor's perspective, she told me that lady healed in half the time that she then was expected for her. But her cognitive mind, because she had a brain injury, came back online quicker than she could have ever expected. So I always say, if you're going to do it, find yourself a spring water if you can. That's really very powerful. So another thing that's nice to do to keep you connected is when you're in the shower and there's all the steam on the glass, write in the steam what your hopes and dreams are.
This sounds like group for little girls, like little 4-year-old girls. Write on the glass what your hopes and dreams are. Get the fairy dust. And just little fun things like that. But no, this is meant for adults. This is meant for full-grown adults to go and do this. How can someone's critical thinking skills regress to a point that they think that this will actually work?
What you want, but what your outcome is, or what your message to water and gratitude is. I often draw little hearts and things like that. The company's called Blue Bottle Love. And I mean, you can probably find them all over the place. I think, and you can get Myron drinking bottles, I think. But that's really helpful for EMF protection. It's really helpful for energy protection.
EMF protection. Okay, so people are earlier in the video. She started off by saying how bad EMF is from microwave, 5G microwave radiation. And then she switched the narrative around to how good it is because of the infrared EMF that's giving happiness in the water underground and all that stuff. And now it's gone right back around to you need to buy special glass to protect from the dangerous EMF. It's the same spectrum, people. Please.
And warm the water, it keeps the water dark, which is great. I wouldn't recommend using it in the same way as a blue solar water. That's only for the colour blue. But the other one is really great if you're concerned about being in an environment where there's lots of heavy energy, but you want to be able
heavy energy. And drink what? What is heavy energy? Oh, look, it's the cult leader herself. All right, and that ends this science-denying rigmarole of rubbish. So we found conflicting narratives, lots of contradictions, thousands of points of bad science, perpetuating conspiracy theories, ancient aliens, and all sorts of other things that are just plain stupid. Thank you for watching.